NaVi. We're starting on Inferno, and then we're going to Mirage. That much is guaranteed. Spodek, make some noise, and let's get this underway.
It's been 3 years and we are back. Simple is synonymous with Spodek, but today he goes against a young talent that could shut him down. m0NESY yesterday was absolutely incredible, and it's G2 that have been warmed up in front of this crowd.
Yeah, and that's the question. m0NESY, can he deliver another performance like that? They're gonna need it. It's gonna be huge. Pistol round is live. NaVi, a pair of dualies across the map. Simple with one, Perfecto with other, split between the bomb sites. And G2's gonna take this one slow. Looking for anything, looking to see what NaVi's gonna open this game up with. Any aggression, and they see nothing for the moment.
Not a typical pace to a pistol round we're used to, especially on Inferno, with lots of mid-aggression. No one really wanting to overstep the mark this early so far. In a very, very important semifinal. We said it in the intro. This is a team, G2, that has been reconstructed with one goal. Carlos is here. They brought in Omenek to make do for having an issue with the coach. Obviously, Taz couldn't be behind the team. They are all hands-on, all assets, all resources. Ooh. Simple spotted. Oh, he didn't see Hunter. He's going to sneak down. This could be massive. He's already on the move, but Hunter's coming back that direction, and Simple gets removed by a Glock.
Yeah, but you could see the mindset of Simple on the hunt, saw an opportunity. This one doesn't pan out, neither does that. What a shot. m0NESY, great level being brought in this pistol round, and it's just bit. Can the sophomore do anything? And he goes down as well. The pistol's gonna go to G2. A bomb site is lost.
Very, very concise as well. The accuracy, no question, favored G2. And as you say, bomb goes down. Boomich will back off. The dualies of Perfecto as well as the armor looking to be held. 3 utility, 3 grenades. And therefore, that's why NaVi will bail out of this one and concede the opening round to G2. Very, very concise start. As again, m0NESY getting a kill in the opening round. That's going to be huge, just to get rid of the nerves. Yes, he had one good map yesterday, but it's a whole different day, and it's still a big stage.
Yeah, we're still discovering what he's going to be made of this early on in his career. It's going to be fun to watch here in the semifinals. And look at G2. You want to talk about hunting. They want these weapons. They don't want to give anything to NaVi easy. They want to take everything out of their hands. The dualies to find plenty of utility on Boomich as well that they can take away for the next round. That would be massive. He's going to be hunkered down. He finds one. Safety for Boomich. Perfecto as well, and G2 content with the victory. It's 1-0.
We heard Mahone breaking down as well that brackets control. When you see just utility, chances are they're not committing. As soon as you see the bodies applied, watch for the take. And as soon as they got the shot on Simple, they knew there was a chance to walk in. This second shot as well from m0NESY, so good.
You know, let's say this too as well, because yesterday what was kind of went overlooked with the success of m0NESY was how good of a game Hunter had as well. Continuing here with that opening kill onto Simple, a flick over. He didn't expect that positioning whatsoever. A great reaction.
Worth noting the last time these two teams played on this map was at Blast, just recently, in fact, and it was 22-19 in favor of G2, but it took double overtime to get that. So we are in for a close affair. These guys have matched up quite well throughout the year. NiKo through the smoke. Best rifler, I think you could say, in the world right now, without a doubt. He'll take out Boomich to start the round, and it's banana control already for G2 as they just try to slow things down a little bit and clear the top side to make sure they're safe.
And if you play NaVi on Inferno, you're gonna really recognize and you're gonna know that Boomich is gonna be really crafty around this half wall. If G2 can continue to find that kill on him, pick him off, really negate the harassment that he wants to put out in Banana, that's gonna be massive. Good opening kill on him through the smoke, a little bit of fortune. And I think Perfecto's even gonna play this passive. If they do end up committing to this bomb site, NaVi's gonna have to save these weapons. Simple, Bit, and Electronic still at the other side of the map. They won't be committed. I think Perfecto's gonna start finding an exit route.
I love the mentality of Simple to go for a shotgun. I really think he is gonna be unrelenting today. I really think he wants to go absolutely off. Bomb planted though, and NaVi already willing to back out of it. They'll even get Perfecto away from the ruins, so that's another gun held for another round. P9s can certainly farm some cash should they be given the opportunity.
And you'd hope Simple that he can open up this game once we get the gun rounds on hand, that he's gonna open up with that mentality you said, with that impact you just said, because we heard it from NiKo a couple of times through his interviews leading into the semifinal matchup. He's not super confident that this NaVi team is playing at their peak. He's looking at it and he's being super happy seeing some of the shakiness in the early stages of this event from NaVi and some of the recent events they've had to start the year, and that's gonna fire up NiKo. If Simple can help put a stop to that early on, that'd be massive for NaVi.
I mean, the stats don't lie. prior to coming onto the stage, NiKo through the group stages was holding a 1.5 rating, highest in the tournament. Jax was playing, in my opinion, the best counter.
Yeah, he was phenomenal.
Play outrageously good on the CT sides. And you've already mentioned Hunter going off. Modesty yesterday on the stage, incredible as well. There's so much going right now for G2, and you're right, NaVi, bit, sophomore slump, perhaps we're seeing him fall off a bit. Electronic, really poor showing so far on the stages since last year. And I agree with Maniac said on the desk. Simple's one thing, but he has to have others with him, because Simple's been on this team for years. If it was just him, they would have been winning for a long time by now.
It's a great conversation on the desk. The stars are going to get theirs. We know the big names on these two teams. The glue guys sometimes make that final 1% difference to get your team over the finish line. What kind of impact can the rest of the players have? Here's that shotgun aggressive. He might have a chance. It's Hunter on the other side, who's very, very cautious, very wary of this aggression. He won the initial duel. In Hall's on the pistol round. Simple's going to back away. And Hunter's taking it slow, so Simple should be able to sink back into safety.
Silently will put himself down toward the boiler doorway instead, as he is getting closer to the top side of middle. Meanwhile, good grenade damage. Alexi B gets tagged down to 42. Calm still waits back toward the kitchen stairs, so G2 just trying to bait out a bit of utility, which it is dwindling on the NaVi side. They didn't have much to start with, to be fair, but now they'll start to try and play the picks and execute toward a site. And it is a bit of a bonus round for them, for both sides. Considering we're on round 3, it's quite scrappy weapons, but no one wants to give anything away in the economy. On top of sandbags, NiKo over top of the smoke. Trying to catch a stray toward where Boomich is currently positioned, as he and Perfecto have the crossfire set.
It's potentially Simple could be put into play here. It's looking like G2's lining up a Halls pop. Hunter and Alexi and Jax are going to start moving up. That's where the shotgun is placed, and what a perfect position for it.
We'll see utility over. Spots the first. Waits it out. Simple strikes. He didn't see the second. He didn't see the second. He looked back. He was pumping the shotgun. That denied his vision. Jax gets underneath. And down goes Simple. Monacy and Hunter come in as well, and it's a pretty clean execution. You were right. He was in the right spot.
Yeah.
It was just the timing. It caught him off. And in the blink of an eye, he missed an opportunity to potentially get a second, because there was quite a while that Jax was in there as well in the pit.
I think you nailed it. I think the reload animation just really blocked his vision. Unfortunate for Simple, able to get one, but you could see the danger of that position. So G2 going to get another round with the Halls pop. Perfecto, some damage from Rain. And with some of the HP lost on some of these players, it's going to force G2 to have to be aggressively finding an escape route away from the bomb blast. Although it is planted deep into the bomb site. Over towards Halls we go. Perfecto, not really challenging anything. He's more concerned with saving his armor at the moment and that SMG, which he can use in the next round, or pass it over to Boomich, who's a big fan of the SMG and Banana, and just buy up some easy utility around it. 3-0 for G2, but the guns are about to come out for NaVi, and Simple's got plenty of cash for an AWP.
Absolutely does. Make no mistake about it as well. Perfecto holds that MP9. He could play aggressive in this. Okay, I thought you were spot on with that. I thought they wouldn't waste time getting into this. Perhaps realizing that they've also saved 2 Galils. They don't want to invest into the AWP just yet. So Simple goes on to the M4. The M4A1S, what a laser beam it is lately.
Yeah, and the spam through the smoke as well without the trays. There's a lot of harassment coming out from these CT sides. NaVi looking to get started, looking to get their first run on the board. Standard Banana control. NiKo eats a nade. Molotov's put out the utility exchange in Banana. A little bit of a boost over to force Boomich back. Remember, they know they can find this kill, and they've got it again. They've got it again. A good focus on Boomich for the openings.
That boost was brilliant, because they thought they finally had the control again with the rifle's confidence in the nade damage, but the man advantage sustained as well. They can slow this down, and it's 3 toward pit side bracket right now for NaVi. That's a long rotation. Perfecto's left alone completely.
We'll keep an eye on that too. If that's going to continue to be a point of success for G2, then all of a sudden Boomich and NaVi maybe have to rotate a third player over to the B-bomb site to start these rounds. Maybe you have to back Boomich off of that position that he loves so much, at least for a moment, until they can regain control. And oh, G2, they love it. They have the advantage of this bomb site, and they know it. It's all on Perfecto. What can he deliver? They're not looking, and he can't complete the kill. Jack's down to 1, and again, a bomb site overrun, and NaVi's not even going to contest.
Yeah, I think part of that was that it was the MP9 left over there. Why rotate over if the odds aren't good anyway? They would stack up A. If they come that direction, now they'll just save the rifles. They don't have to commit this investment to that side of the map.
And if you're Perfecto, you're probably thinking, man, if I upgraded into an M4 that round, or had any kind of a rifle, maybe that's a double kill. Brutal. This is a phenomenal start to Inferno for G2's attacking side. This is 2 times we've seen Boomich picked off in Banana.
You're right, Jax dinked to 1 HP. The head armor doing a massive amount. NaVi still looking to warm up on this game, but we'll, again have another chance to do so as the bomb's going to detonate here. 3 rifles carried over. They'll be in a position as well with Perfecto to drop out one more, so they'll be fine in the next round as well.
They're playing the economy game very well early on in this so far. NaVi just saying, you know, it's still early. We have a chance to recover. Let's just make sure we don't ever decimate our own economy by trying to force retakes, by trying to force too many buys. They had Perfecto with some extra cash. They have some opportunities. I think Simple's going to drop him the M4 and pick up another one and get the op in return. Excuse me. 4-0.
There's going to be the op. They go straight to it. No utility for Simple, but they want to try. Oh, I thought they were going to put him toward Banana, actually, off the start of this. Try to shut that down. Instead, they'll play 3 rifles there. Boomich to lead it, but Simple, they're pushing up toward top middle. He's got to be ready. Sliver gap, fires, can't quite connect. He's off. He's backed, and that allows Alexi B toward the top wall. Hunter was the one that got by, and my God, does he ever have space to work with? Pitt's going to walk right toward him. He has to make sure he's looking the right direction, and he is. Gets dinked in the process. He goes down to 9 HP. It was M4 versus M4, but he had the jump, and Electronic knows now he's got problems. Which way has Hunter gone? Simple still searching as well as that smoke continues to be a problem, and they've given up the pit side of the site. They are uncertain completely right now of where G2 is.
It's a really uncomfortable situation for a defense to be in. Look at all the bodies towards CT spawn. They're trying to find this one lurker on ramp side, but they've given up control of the bomb site in exchange. This is going to be tough, and Monacy's got another. There's the peak. It's all on to Simple. Electronic finds the initial kill. What a great flick!
Simple absolutely nails Alexi B, and you're right, they gave up the pit side, but they got the information on the repeat from Pit as Boomich wraps back around. Jax is up high on the balcony, but he will fall down below, and it is all left to NiKo. 1 on 2, and he's the late lurk. Bomb's still down on that side. Simple shut out by smoke. They are uncertain of NiKo's timing, and they don't want to overcommit to be caught off at an off angle from balcony, so NiKo will work it up. The rifle versus Simple's AWP and Electronic to support. Electronic right now sitting in moto. Was this gun barrel spotted as he tried to peek out? Because NiKo certainly thinks otherwise. Sees Simple down low, but he has arrived in the server now as he gets his 3rd kill in the game, 2nd in the round of the AWP, and NaVi have their 1st.
Yeah, important double kill in the round for Simple, obviously helping out, but just getting your feet underneath you. NaVi, as you said, 1st round in the match on the board on the defensive side. That's huge. NaVi is willing to sacrifice the point of attack, but they're going to win all the other battles on the extremities as they wrap and pinch. Instead of a hard hold of the A bomb site, they find success elsewhere and a good 2v1 victory.
Costly round still, though. Boomich is going to be left to an MP9. And again, they'll play the 3-2 split. Simple playing on the CT side of mid. Smoke's already deployed in front of him. Again, they need to read this. Mahone mentioned it. If you don't see bodies behind the utility, you might have other indications that it's not going to be a commitment. So the fact that Boomich pushes down, seeing, or at least getting the calls that they're on the A side, gives himself up to NiKo.
He's got to be having a frustrating game. He's gotten picked up, I think, 3 times now as openings, but 2 of them have been through smoke. 1 of them was a boost. So some creative ways and some fortunate ways that G2's finding an opening kill. And this is plenty of rounds now that G2's had a man advantage. As you mentioned, money not great for the NaVi side. They need to string 2 together. They've brought over Simple to help shore up the defense at this bomb site, posturing and backing away. And Perfecto's got utility. He has smoke and Molotov as well, so he can buy time to bring a teammate back if need be.
Read again, though, from NaVi. They've rotated Simple off of this at the time that they're going B. Once more, it's just Perfecto. And Simple, I think, is going to rotate back around now, realizing that there's no further contact. There's a late smoke thrown, I think, by Hunter that went over the top to cover off bracket side, but CT covered. AWP for Simple, no one to boost him, and Perfecto down already. Simple is going to be alone. I don't think there's going to be anyone arriving either. Electronic does not look interested in this at all. Simple holding it out 32 seconds. Electronic could push down to try and cover off Banana behind. They won't commit to the plant yet. NiKo goes for the default at this point. And Simple has to escape on this. There's no chance he gets back in against 5. Surely as he shoots through the window, but they're behind the box. That'll save them in that situation.
They're gonna look over the smoke. Simple, he's gonna make the mad dash, and he's out. He's gonna save the op. They'll be able to drop some weapons over. It's gonna be another buy in the next round for NaVi, but another just standard, solid victory for G2 off the 1 opening provided in Banana. That's NiKo to find the opening kill this time. It's gonna be 5-1.
G2's pacing in this game seems very good.
Well, you know, you have to say that defense from NaVi. I mentioned Perfecto having Molotov, having smoke. He could have gone for delay. He could have gone for a Molotov to harass that kind of attack from G2. They actually call for Simple to go for the pop flash, so it's an aggressive defense. They want to activate him instead of trying to delay, instead of trying to make that hit awkward for G2. It doesn't pan out. 4-round lead for G2.
Efficient round as well, all 5 staying alive. NiKo's got 8,100. Pre-nade by, he'll get down to 69, but that's Still, I mean, they're in such a powerful position right now already on T side, and Alexi B has been pretty sharp so far. Not a lot of kills in this game because of the amount of saving, because everyone's playing the economy game. Only so far been 8 kills for all of NaVi, and we are we're going into our 7th round.
It's good calling so far from Alexi B. You got to give him credit as well. I mean, not just the opening picks that they're finding, that obviously helps, but the times they attack the B bomb site, what makes it so difficult is the myriad of crossfires you can encounter inside that bomb site, the various positions, and they've been able to find timings on that B bomb site where there's only Perfecto in defense. They're easily able to overtake and overrun just one player. And that's got to be the point of emphasis in this timeout for NaVi, talking about ways to shore up the B defense because it is getting abused at the moment. 5-1.
Silverheart shines on the front of the stage. That's what this is all about. Boomich, again, going to be the aggressor toward Banana. Simple stares down middle to see if anyone dare walk out too far. Jax is in the underpass position, but he'll evade detection for now as Simple's eyes fix upon the connector at top middle in the meantime. And now it's all about utility on Banana. NiKo watching the skies to make sure there'll be no flashes thrown or nades or Molotovs really toward that tree position. And Perfecto's gonna be left alone again.
Boomich just running to pick up an extra piece of utility. Boost up here. Drop the smoke over to his teammate on the ground. A little bit more delay tactics, and it's quiet on the map for G2. This time they haven't been given the gift of an opening kill. This one might be a little bit scrappy. So Banana control for G2. They're going to leave NiKo to hold off any re-aggression, and they're going to address mid, try and take control of brackets. You've got Simple with the AWP on rap side. Got Bit in lane with his M4.
Hunter again, though, is hunting. He's so good at finding space. We saw it on Ancient as well. Group stages. How clear and concise he was about taking mid, taking red room. So we've got bodies toward the top side of brackets this time. We've got utility thrown that direction. We've got Simple at Moto, and Electronic has not yet left the pit. Bit will swing on either of this direction, but the kills are coming. We've got 25 seconds until the round expires, should the bomb not arrive on the site sooner. No rotation yet from B. It's a 5 versus 3 on the take. And Bit up close on the barrel. He's gonna have to go big on this one. Swings out, knows Modesty was close, had to rebolt. Alexi B trades, but that's a job very well done considering they lost Electronic behind. Simple smoked off though. Boomich is there to support this as Jax will hold in the corner. That's a tough position to clear. Walking out as well with the AWP. If he takes one shot toward the site and no one is there, Jax will be able to swing it in. Simple instead, it goes the other way. He gets the advantage of information, but still such a tough task. And do they consider going for this in a 2-on-2? Surely by now they have to. Exactly that. And it's Hunter that holds the pit. Smoke goes down. He'll try and get above it, but that's going to deter a lot of his vision. He can't quite see through it. Finds a gap. Simple go over the top. Does he try and go over the cart? They'll nade out knowing it's going to walk by. Hunter's looking for a better angle. He's looking for better vision, and you're right, the timing is gone. And more importantly, Simple's going to be caught out. He can't escape. The AWP goes down, and it's a disaster for NaVi. They do lose Hunter and Alexi B to the bomb. It is worth noting that all 5 players die for G2, but it's 6-1 in their favor.
And they've got the money to sustain that. What a great hit. What great calling from G2 so far. Taking control of rap side, negating Simple's efforts at defense. He's blocked behind a smoke. He has to consider the play towards CT spawn. Cannot assist anything over towards lane, towards the main portion of the hit. And a great pick from Monacy. He takes Electronic in pit. One of the great strengths of the defense in Bit. An admirable effort, but can't find the third. And the retake forced away. Here we go, Simple. Run boost. Oh, baby, he wants to get aggressive. He's got it.
Absolutely what you'd expect to see from Simple on this stage. I said he was going to be aggressive. He's playing with a motivation right now to stand above, but finding Jax up close. He wasn't quite ready for it. Bit does get the trade, so it will still be a sustained advantage for NaVi.
Yeah, 1 kill for Simple. Well, what a kill it was.
Sick movement as well. We just thought that was going to be the straight run boost across to Boiler. He goes right down behind a deep smoke. What a nice set play.
2-for-1 exchange. NaVi will take that. 2 players at A, 2 players at B. G2 still spread across the map, looking for any follow-up aggression. 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock for round number 8. And G2 doesn't have to commit with this utility, just trying to make these A defenders a little bit nervous, trying to posture like it's going to be a hit out halls. And ooh, Electronic, that's a freebie. Hunter never expected him on top of the balcony. 4-on-2 now.
That is the issue with that smoke. If someone is playing balcony position, it's easy to spot above it. Monacy trying to work around from bracket, tries to dodge out the flashbang, but at this point, most convincing and compelling round at this point for NaVi as he walks into certain death, surely with Electronic a bit. Trap sprung on either side. Just a matter of triggering it with the AWP. He's already pre-scoped in, trying to be as stealth and sly as he dare.
Flashbang shown for Rap side. They're gonna move in. m0NESY couldn't find anything, no mistakes given by NaVi. Here's the hit, but the crossfire, oh so strong. m0NESY misses a chance. Down to 10 HP, and he's gonna fall at the end. Double kill for Bit in the round, and he just cures the AWP for Simple in the next. NaVi just 4 rounds back.
Electronic, great positioning as well. We mentioned the smoke on the balcony. He manages to find a gap in that one up close on the cart as well, so works very well against the utility in that round.
And now you go back to the previous where you mentioned some of the economy, some of the extra players for G2 that go down at the end. Simple taking a death just to keep them trapped at the bomb site. This money is starting to run out for G2's attacking side. NaVi have him at a bit of a breaking point. We're getting there. NaVi's almost back in this game early on.
G2's first timeout. That's 1 used from either side. Reminder, you have 4. Brings the coach into the picture. Almanac standing in behind G2 today. Will have his first chance to be vocal in this matchup. That's so sick. I love that. I love that they had this smoke set. No, there's no way NiKo's ready for that. Not in a month of Sundays is he ready for that peak.
Yeah, you might start being ready for it now. That one is going to put the fear of God in you for the rest of this half. So, G2 out of the timeout. Odd money situation. 3 AK-47s, 2 MAC-10s. Look for something aggressive, something fast-paced when they eventually pull the trigger.
This is a different set though. Watch, Boomich has the MP9. He's been aggressive with it, but now the AWP could use him as cannon fodder in this situation.
Boosted up for the moment. Simple just trying to find 1 kill. They're saying if you're going to keep attacking Banana and try and find a pick here, this AWP can put a stop to that. But it's not here. Alexi B and Jax, the 2 MAC-10s, it looks like they want to come up middle. Left side is smoked. Electronic is alone, and he might have a lot of attention on him. G2, here we go.
To bags. Late smoke to cover off NiKo. Perfecto and Simple are on the charge because it's a close bracket to hold on the opposing side of the map, and it's Alexi B with a MAC-10 that wins out the first kill. m0NESY's ready for the re-aggression from Bit. Down he goes. It's got to be the arrival of the rotation, and Perfecto on the spot in a perfect time will take out Alexi B. And that'll slow things, but temporarily so. Hunter's already inside of the pit, but nothing to deter the vision. Simple, I thought he was going to get a second shot at it. Goes back out. Can't quite collect the head that time, but it'll work and wrap around. m0NESY, not with his Shepherd staff, but he will still be able to convey and persuade only for a single kill as Hunter holds. The bomb is planted in the process. Down slash potentially for Hunter. Off the door. Pop out into the lane. Forces them to look away. Boomich fully blind. NiKo goes on that. What a call between the Kovacs. And now Simple's trapped. Out recovery, 7-2 off the back of the timeout.
What a great win from G2 again, and NaVi actually does a great job scrapping back into that, but a hugely important round for G2 to prevent the money from disappearing. This is a relentless offensive half from G2 side. So impressive thus far in the game, but a long way to go. Round 10 is coming in. Electronic just gets obliterated. And yeah, Simple claws it back as best he can, but what a tough retake scenario to be in. 5 rounds away. Simple with the AWP again. And you can see him now forcing the issue. Forcing to try and find an opening kill. He's got a leg on a Jax. Trying to give his team any advantages that he can early on in these rounds.
He's tried both sides of the map as well, aside from the run boost. Spectacular run boost. He's only found one of the very early picks that we often look for from that CT side. And Jax, though, as you mentioned, is lagged. That's going to be a problem for them. You might see him, in fact, swap over. If he's going to play picks at this point, the AK certainly is viable, but you might see him swap over with Alexi B and just run in toward a bomb site at some point in this situation as well.
It's nice to find a decent exchange for NaVi on like the opening contact, a leg shot on the Jax, even though it's not a complete kill. Opening kills are 2-7 in the favor of G2. Simple's the only one on NaVi with opening kills for the defensive side. They really need to get a little bit stronger at the point of attack at the initial contact in these rounds. Another B set piece. It's 2 players to defend. At least they have their full resources here. Molotov and flashbangs to delay, and Alexi wants nothing to do with it.
Hunter takes out Bit. Not done there. He finds Electronic trying to refrag toward top middle. He'll wrap around as well. So much control. Simple will shut him down, but it's still not a set in stone situation as he is left alone. Simple again. out in the lane as well. He's going to be caught. NiKo late on this could trail over and protect Alexi B, who still holds the bomb, still holds the MAC-10. Simple making noise. I don't know if he's heard at that position. No, he wasn't quite. But NiKo certainly gets away with it as Simple can't land a shot.
He had to do something. He had to do something. He knows what the play is. With 1 AWP at the 8 bomb site, he knows G2 likely to wrap through halls, make it really, really difficult for the AWP to get a multi-kill. He had to secure one of his fronts, not being pinched. This is brutal now. Hunter with a great double kill up mid to open up the round, and they were blocked off at the B bomb site. He's there to open up a second option for the attack, and G2's found success one more time. You got to give credit to Hunter, not only Hunter, Alexi B with the phenomenal calling so far in this half to give his team a 6-round lead, but also the preparation from the coach Xtaz, who's watching nervously, I would imagine, from the hotel.
Imagine so, but right now he's probably pretty comfortable about things.
It was so close, that shot from Simple. It would have been real interesting to see what he could have made of the round afterwards. Another clean round for G2. NaVi's map pick as well, down 6.
Yeah, that's not a good sign at all, is it? Won't be an AWP this time for NaVi. Shotgun again from Simple.
You want to talk about success in this first half for G2's offense. We've referenced it, and obviously the scoreline is showing it. There's, what is that, 7 plants so far in this half in the 11 round played. They have had access to the bomb sites basically whenever they've wanted it.
So much damage, though. Is Boomich aware? Is Boomich aware? No, he's not. Didn't hear Alexi B at all, despite that he was tagged by the Molotov. There was so much else burning and going on that they didn't get the audio cue, and the early damage was there against Alexi, but he survives on 47, and once again, it's the opening pick for G2. Perfecto, oh goodness, has to reveal his position by extinguishing flames, but they will not try to strike. Alexi does not have the health to try and take that battle. So they back off slightly.
One thing NaVi has going for him at the very least is Hull's control, but over towards the B bomb site, Perfecto in his smoke getting spammed. He's trying to respond. They know his position. There's nothing his teammate can do to help him. There's no utility on Bin. He's even tagged. He's going to go down. Simple finds one on the other side of the map. Is able to upgrade to an AK-47. But again, another round that NaVi simply cannot fight for. It's going to be 2-9. And now it starts to get desperate for the NaVi side. They still have a chance to recover, to make this half interesting, to give themselves a window of opportunity in the second half, and they need to cling to that hope with all they can.
G2 just winning so many opening duels.
Not only winning them, but winning them convincingly, and then just pressing the issue, pressing the advantage that they have. NaVi hasn't even been able to rotate extra players in position to try and recover the scenarios or set themselves up for a retake. It's just been so comprehensive that they can't even consider retakes in a lot of these rounds.
So the bomb will explode again, and G2, like you say, will find their 9th round. Simple does manage to upgrade onto the AK, so there will be a little bit more firepower for the CTs in the next rounds. And what do you do at this point, Jason? Because you keep putting this aggression on. You've only found the opening pick really the one time where Simple gets run boosted. That's not going to work every single time. No way. They see that mid smoke again, they're going to be staring into it. So do you sit back? Because that's not worked either. The mid control, the map rotations, like you say, have just not been there for NaVi.
Yeah, I mean, that's a trick you play once, and you can't really go back to it a whole lot. Simple's going to stick to the AK-47, and I think you got to let the B defense be a bit more passive. You got to play the executions that G2's going to come with if they will. But you're still having problems over at A, and that's the real issue for this NaVi defense, is neither one of their bomb sites have shown that they can stop anything. Their defense anywhere on the map has been ineffective. Someone's gonna have to step up individually to get this NaVi team back into the game. Alexi, some utility damage onto him, down to 42 HP, but they do have banana control. Boomich is left alone. As Perfecto picks up a few more drop nades in CT spawn.
Yeah, keep an eye on the map. You can see there's still a few more there, so a bit of an arsenal and weapons cache for them to rotate back to. It does give a lot more versatility to the B defenders, because we often talk about trying to anchor that with the late smoke. Perfecto this time, though, wide vision, completely open. He'll sit back toward the coffins. Does have Boomich to play off of, though. Bomb's still way back. Alexi B, I think, is going to probably try and set for a take here, and if they get the picks, he'll run for it. Jax could rotate as well. Bit's the first one that would be able to move freely. A to B. Meanwhile, Odyssey walks in. Perfecto tag down to 3. If he's able to call that hit, watch for utility to take him down and finish him off inside of the site with, as well, the crossfire completely smoked. Boomich has to walk through. NiKo has him instead, and it's 3 to hold the site alone. Perfecto once more is in such a tough position. He's managed to get away from oranges 1 and 2. Goes to water instead, but aleXiB able to land on his feet and turn back to find him. It will give Bit the chance, as we mentioned, the closest to rotation, but he is removed by Monacy once more, and Simple, he better strike with absolute perfection now. AK-47, he's spotted in the smoke, and this one is over as well. Double digits already, G2.
Yeah, and this is just a round that is built off all the successes they've had in Banana. That defense so passive, and Monacy has the confidence to just march in with that AWP. They know they've been punishing it. They know they've been making that defense nervous of peeking, nervous of losing the initial battle. That's a lot of space for a strong Opera to work with. This has been an incredible half from G2.
Yeah, no question. These guys are here to play. The stats don't lie, and I don't want to take away from them either. At the same time, Gambit, VP, now NaVi, all looking maybe not at their best, so keep that in the back of your minds.
10-2. It's working out, as you mentioned, exactly the way NiKo said it in the interviews. And they're piling on now, running up the score, and all smiles for the G2 camp, and you can understand why. Another timeout taken.
Boomich, just nothing he could do, and I thought aleXiB might get taken down here because he was jumping over, pre-firing it, but Perfecto was already occupied. Yeah, that's a pretty one-sided affair for Hunter, isn't it? Simple stuck in the cloud, and yeah, now the frustration's starting to show. Boomich. Surprised he looks a little shiny up there, NiKo. Wouldn't think they were breaking a sweat at this point.
All right, Spodek, all right, NaVi fans, remember the opening speech given on the stage. Whatever extra energy you have left for your team, NaVi fans, they need you now more than ever if they want to get back into this game. Get them hyped up, give them your extra energy.
See if they can use it this round. Simple again, he gets down toward Hunter. Excuse me, at the bottom side of the middle as NiKo has to work out. Molotov's on his feet. They've definitely heard him close this time, and they've got a position set for it. Once again, though, the man has been struggling for kills. Boomich will strike. Something off the back of the timeout. The energy, perhaps beneficial, as aleXiB left in middle. Jax and Monacy with him. Monacy with the AWP, still looking for a pick in response, but NaVi can sit back a little bit in this round. They've done enough to at least control the situation with 1:15 left on the clock. Lexi goes all the way back to grab a flash that was left behind in spawn.
This has to be a win. This has to be a clean win if you're NaVi. 5 on 3. Don't let them take this bomb site. Boomich finally finds some success holding off in Banana. No utility left on him. Perfecto. The timing on his Molotov and his smoke is going to be important. And does Monacy have the courage to be the tip of the spear again for the G2 attack? Does he just want to march in?
Let Monacy go with the AK, despite that he has 100 HP, so too does aleXiB. This is a call from the kid.
Simple's here now as well. There's the great timing from the utility. Simple's got one flashbang for his teammates when he gets smoked off.
New box Molotov down. Flash from Monacy, he's in. Simple, he strikes back through the smoke. His calls for solidarity, and now his teammates will step up as it's companionship toward the championship. That's the goal for NaVi in this round. Everyone strikes, and it's just aleXiB left. It'll have to fade away. 9 seconds left in the round, and he's gonna be caught. He's gonna be taken down. It should be before time, but it is a third for NaVi.
Nicely done. First round. First goal accomplished. Now they've got to string them together. If they can get out of this half with 5 with the way things have gone, that's a victory of sorts. That's a victory that you can cling on to for the second half. G2 in response, try and ice out the NaVi defense. Make them feel a bit more pressure looking up at that scoreline. 10-3. It's simple in the round to get his team started with another victory in oh so long. They have not been able to put 2 rounds together back-to-back yet in this half.
An understandable pressure. So much distraction. Sure, a loss of sleep for NaVi, and understandably so. No one would have blamed them if they didn't want to play this game. No one would have blamed them if they didn't want to be on this stage, but they do. This is what they do, and this is what they need right now. So I believe firmly that if they can get rolling in this game, that energy will translate over. It will become positive, that they are absolutely motivated toward this. They just need to get a foot in the door. And you are absolutely right, Jason. Back-to-back rounds could be the key in doing so.
Well, you want to talk about two things the desk mentioned. The glue guys, how are they going to perform? The players outside of the stars for NaVi. This game has been decided so far on overwhelming opening kills in the favor of G2. Still nobody from NaVi outside of Simple has an opening frag. That needs to change in these final 2 rounds. Boomich aggressive on top of sandbags. This time, not a whole lot of pressure sent his way. And G2 is going to address the A bomb site. Bit and Simple aggressive in quad.
Interestingly enough, NaVi has more multi-kill rounds. It just goes to show that the trades have been favorable and everyone's been striking so far for G2. It's been heroics that's been required from NaVi. And again, this time, Bit only good for 1. No backup, but Electronic on the balcony waits as they wrap around. He'll put a Molotov down. That's going to segregate Hunter, who instead goes up over top of the bales. He'll get away from Flames, but that puts him in the vision of Boomich, and now the team's starting to align. Now NaVi looking poised to take back-to-back rounds. It's still just a one-man advantage, however, and Monacy, he's looking for something else, some other angle as he gets aggressive. Unorthodox with the AWP, couldn't quite spot the player on the stairways. Stairwell, rather, at the graveyard. And Electronic is looking to be as cheeky as possible in the pit, rotating multiple times into different angles, Jason. And he's gonna pop up and get Monacy down. Just Jax remaining, and it's a similar angle. I dare say he may have been spotted. No, not quite. I thought Electronic may have been able to see him in the doorway at the same time, but they know with the nade thrown and the bounce on the balcony, he is exactly inside the door. Confirmed now as the gopher pops from the hole, and Perfecto will send him down inside of the grave. It's 10-4, back-to-back rounds, NaVi.
Electronic plays an absolutely perfect round in a tough situation. Both of his teammates fall. The 1 kill, the Molotov to delay the hit up lane, dropping in towards the pit, finding or allowing Boomich to rotate over and find other kills. They try and hunt him down. Great repositioning, and as you said, even the reposition towards graveyard, absolutely brutal. You could see Monacy considering Pit looking for that repeat the whole time. NaVi's got 4, finally 2 in a row. Are they coming alive right at the end of the first half?
Absolutely, corner flash down again, but this time it's not gonna be the run boost behind it. This will still force G2 to have to consider that mid position, so Hunter immediately cannot go further up inside a boiler. That means Electronic knows he can play on the back of this. Damage done already. Meanwhile, at the other side of the map, Alexi B's pushing up. They had to hold the stairwell. That smoke is now in the head of G2. That is gonna give NaVi a bit of room in this round.
Oh, they're lucky to be alive, G2. Very easily could have lost a player there. Look at the HP, 14 on Hunter, 22 on Alexi, 56 on NiKo. They've taken a lot of chip damage early on, and even though it's not a complete kill, opening engagements firmly in the favor of NaVi. And with G2 running out of utility, their playbook shrinks as well. This might just end up being a standard hit, a standard execute up banana into the B bomb site. They don't have a whole lot of resources to play with to take control towards A.
Boomich and Simple together on this. Potentially gonna go for a boost. No, not quite yet. A little bit of indecision almost it seemed, but Simple's giving the utility to Boomich. He wants to play with the gun. He wants to do the dirty work himself, and he'll start it off with Alexi B's head being removed. Boomich will now step out as they swing wide and try and compensate for the emo position, and Simple flashes himself back into contention. With the loss of NiKo, Monacy, the next one inside of the site, and it's Perfecto that's going to be pushing in the backside, trying to close down this defensive sandwich to hold. Simple knows one has gotten over toward the ruins. So instead of trying to fire back close range with the AWP, he repositions, gives Jax information. Boomich survives and stays alive. Good pre-fire attempt from Jax. Good read, but Simple's going off. He's got 2 more. He'll swing it around. Perfecto, 3 in a row. Now we're starting to see them come alive. This is the energy that NaVi exactly needs. Positivity on the stage. We'll take a break. 10-5. Can NaVi turn this game on its head?
Представься, как тебя зовут, сколько тебе лет, какой ты национальность?
Всем привет, меня зовут Валера, мне 19 лет, я украинец.
Какой твой любимый сериал и почему?
Я люблю «Бумажный дом», я сейчас досматриваю сейчас 5-й сезон, мне он очень нравится.
Кобл или Трейн? Выбери, ну,
They've given themselves a chance, and they need to capitalize on it now. Simple 13-8 over on the G2 side of things. 4 players tied at 8 kills to top the scoreboard for the CT side.
Yeah, one-sided affair versus everyone. I mean, you say 4 players tied at 8, the other one, Alexi B, is on 6. It's not like he's that far behind either. It has been a team effort, and that's what we were saying in the first half. The multi-kills were in favor of NaVi because one player had to step up. He was isolated so many times.
Well, remember as well how many times G2 just got a kill and took the bomb site, and there's no chance for NaVi to even retake, so you don't even see enough bodies being thrown towards G2 to find those multi-kills. A lot of trust in NiKo on his own, a bit of a duel here between 2 of the best players we've got in Counter-Strike, Simple and NiKo. Head-to-head for the opening kill. It's just NiKo on defense, and he's trying to stand strong. He's trying to scare NaVi away from this bomb site.
He clips the shoulder of Simple, puts him down to 85. Could have been a headshot, wanted that wide angle to catch him off on the re-peek.
Ooh, I like this. The defense started to move. They're starting to shift. Not feeling any pressure at the A bomb site, going investigating for information. They might have found a perfect timing. When Electronic pops his head up, he's going to be in for a world of hurt. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. Oh, they're not looking at him. He's got a chance. Jax takes his head off, and now the hit must move forward. NiKo happy to play retake as Banana access is open for his teammates.
I'm surprised on this, though. Perfecto slow to plant the bomb, not feeling safe in front of the fountain, has no one that's actually holding the top side of Banana, so they're stuck in the site. They didn't even try and slow this retake down by putting a forward stance on that, despite the information that was attained, and you were right, they had to go on it, and now they have to hold predictable position. Simple's already removed. Perfecto, good for 1. Bit's gonna chime in as well. He'll get taken down in the end, but Bit back towards CT, trying to bait Boomage back into position as well, as they're both holding off on the same angle. Nothing to cover the bomb yet, but it's not planted for them. They can go in behind the fountain. It's the wrong guy.
He's sticking it.
It's not the diffuser, but Bit's got the kill instead, and NaVi get the round.
What a gutsy win from NaVi. They had every disadvantage in that round. Usually that retake in Banana is not that quick after the plant, but G2 is there and ready to fight immediately. Incredible hold from NaVi as they work their way through ruins and avoid being ruined themselves in the pistol. 6-10. That window of opportunity for NaVi to get back into this game is wide open.
1 HP. I thought they missed it. I thought Alexi B was going to get the defuse because he looks away after killing the man that's crouched by it. Simple on the AK immediately. Throwback with the iBuy power stickers, shall we say, Jason?
Got to appreciate it. Perfecto moving forward. Boomage is well far behind. Taking Banana control as 2 players from NaVi, more than content to walk up mid. Simple and Electronic, what a powerful pairing it is. Establishing some presence on the other side of the map as well. So NaVi have all the initial map control that they could possibly want for the moment.
Tiptoe top mid for now. No overcommitments. Honesty. Edge of the wall, smoke behind him is isolating the site itself, but he is ready, not quite for Electronic, as he uses all the energy and electricity in the world to fly around the corner. Jax will get removed by Simple toward the pit. Bomb by Boomage will be gathered at mid, and that should be a secure plant at the very least, if not a full save from the CT. So we're looking at 10-7 again, Jason. 10-8, this is on.
Look, Electronic, that's a great opening shot onto Monacy as well. If he starts coming alive into this game, he's such an important player on this NaVi attack of Inferno. The way he can lurk towards the A bomb site, he plays with Boiler a lot. The way he can find and wrap around any kind of retake towards the other side of the map, towards the B bomb site. He can be a very dynamic player, and if he starts to feel it in this second half, that's a new element of danger that NaVi has to play with that they haven't yet had in this game to a full degree. 4 rounds back, it's going to be 3 rounds when all is said and done. Hunter, NiKo, and Alexi just saving weapons, saving armor.
NaVi is going to be scary if they get going right now. The willpower that'll be on this team once they start to get, as I said, even just a foot in the door. Oh. It's going to take a lot to shut down that force. And they're going to hunt right now. Boomage, Electronic trying to get around the corner. Mac 10 can't quite do any penetration toward the caskets. And it should subside as we hear a few gunshots. No one else goes down in this situation, so it is now 10-7. And they will be 3 Mac 10s, the Galil, and the AK still up on the T side. Respectively on the CT, you've got 3 Deagles. CZ75 for Hunter, who still has the armor, and Monacy probably not going to invest anything into this. Perhaps some utility, but wanting to get out that AWP will certainly be on the agenda.
Yeah, those SMGs can obviously be very effective. Great opening shot on Monacy, and even Simple over towards lane. Just waiting for a peek as well from Pit. They find 2 kills and an easy stroll into the A bomb site. Here we go. 4 defenders initially for G2 towards the B bomb site. They don't have a whole lot of utility. No pop flashes to activate any kind of a trap. Just smokes for delay tactics. Jax and Alexi, each with 1. NiKo just crossing his fingers, closing his eyes, and firing into the smoke. Dodging the tracers as they come in return.
Molotov over past NiKo's shoulder. Molotov and then a flash on top. He's got to run. So he goes through the fire. Initiation, perhaps. He's down to 62. It's full stack, though. They've got to get some information. Bit's not doing much yet on the A side of the map. So the last thing Navi needs would be a disaster to go down to this in this situation.
Yeah, G2's gonna love this when this hit comes in. I mean, the question still, just overwhelming firepower for the Navi side, especially with the 3 SMGs against so many unarmored and unhelmeted opponents.
Simple wants to investigate. Clean and concise with the AK. Bit again, not finding enough. He's gonna rotate back. This is the full stack. They see the first. Boomich tagged. They haven't got the shots in return, and it's falling apart. Now the crossfire a problem. Bomb is down on the deck. 28 seconds. It's not so much the time that matters, it's the positioning. They can't get the kills back. Jumping over, running, gunning. Perfecto's only good for 1, but Simple spinning around finds 2, and it's he that has to clutch it back. He needs to win it. This out with 17 seconds. Jack's back towards CT as well. If he doesn't get Alexi B fast enough, he won't have time to go for the plant. Now he knows he does. Now he knows he can put this down. Holding, baiting Jax though. If he goes to try and counter this off, oh, Simple. Has he done too much? Has he complicated things? Has he gone away?
No.
2 HP. He's gonna move forward. No, he didn't get it. He didn't get it down. No way. Jax is gonna win out the round on time alone. Simple, best leaving it to his name, goes too complicated in the end.
That's a hard call to make if you're Simple, though. That's a brutal call to have to make with 2 HP. Do you stick the plant? Do you try and bait him out into the open, into the peak? And Simple never found that final fight against Jax that he wanted. Jax calls his bluff. And G2 steal around away. That's the nightmare scenario. The perfect stack at the B bomb site. And too many players for Navi to handle. Well done from G2. However, a powerful buy from Navi coming in this round as well. 3 AK-47s, they got plenty of nades and utility, 2 Galils. Rifles in hand for Navi as they try and get right back onto it. And Jack's trying to just fake him out. Molotov.
It's the sound. He wants the audio, so Bit thinks they're further back. Exactly that. Pull him up the stairway. Disastrous, but Simple wants to strike back. Goes out, can't do it. Bit chaotic through the smoke with the flames. Bit, he's able to read it well, so Jax doesn't get his way with that one. Will be a nade that follows up, and Bit was tagged, but he backs off. He has time, you can hear it coming. He'll stay on 48.
Yeah, and Navi's taken so much damage here. Electronic down to 16, they've lost Simple. Bit, even with the kill, down to half HP. G2's gonna be fine with this so far. Both teams gonna start running out of nades, but Navi still have a few more options available to him in the round, and meeting up towards Banana. Electronic with his low health and no nades might just be past a couple smokes and flashbangs, but he's gonna be the one who watches the flank. A fake, actually.
Lexi B back into position on this. Gets all the way inside of the site. In fact, is he gonna have oranges 1 top side? Ooh, this could be huge. The A1S as well, even if it's through the edge of smoke, it'll be confusing for them. He has to back off because he's blinded up, does sufficient damage, takes Bit back down to 8. But combined, Perfecto and he will find the kill. Now they need to find NiKo. The back of the site finally taken down. Boomich on 100. He'll go for the bomb plant this time with 12 seconds and stick it all the way to the deck. He wants to go to the AK instead, but they'll know that he's naturally gone into that corner. 1 versus 2 for the in-game leader of NaVi. Flash outs. Quick peek on the back of it, sees no one toward the top side of Banana. Monacy still staring and he's gone. Spotted up though. Dink, he knows Hunter's lurking. He knows Hunter's swinging, but Hunter has the headshot instead.
What a tough clutch. G2 playing it so well. Waiting to come through the smoke until both players are ready. Well managed from Hunter and Monacy. Navi almost steals one away, almost scrapes their way into that bomb site with such low HP. It's a really impressive effort. They just can't close it out. Not enough resources, not enough health. Brutal, brutal stuff. NiKo calm and collected in the back of the bomb site, able to just mop up some of those some of those weaker players, and Hunter with the clutch. 12-7, a 5-round lead, and NaVi, somewhat of a desperate buy coming in. 2 AK-47s, a Galil, a pair of Deagles. NaVi trying to keep this close, trying to keep within striking distance of G2.
G2's map choice, we remind you, remember last time it took them overtime, twice in fact, 22-19 to settle the score on this one. We go to Mirage next. That's NaVi's home territory in this series. I dare say Dust 2 might be required at the rate we're going, because I can't imagine these two teams settle this without a brawl to the finish, as NiKo does early damage onto Perfecto. He's tagged down to 13. They'll try and capitalize, and they will with an 8. CB, but back comes Simple through the smoke. Jax holding onto the pit. Electronic can't find the return shot. And the Molotov, rather incendiary, if we want to get technical, will push him away, force him back down the hall. So we sit still for a moment. Not for long. Nade strike will do damage onto NaVi.
That's a nightmare. This gap is so huge. Hunter's gonna get a free kill. Might even be able to get 2. Simple's able to respond, but Monacy's there for the trade immediately. G2 on top again by 6 rounds, 13-7. And I don't know if NaVi can buy again. I don't know if they can keep going down this road. They might have to just drop down to pistols, allow G2 a softer battle in this one, and try and make a very powerful comeback. It's not a decision you would envy for NaVi. Round 21. NiKo, Jax, and Hunter towards A, and they're gonna swing and cross towards top mid. They're gonna get aggressive towards ult. Suffocating, but a chance now. Hunter's dinked up. An opportunity for NaVi to find a kill with these Deagles, and Hunter's wisely just gonna back away from the fight that he didn't want.
Just tapping inside of the smoke. Syncopation, trying to let NaVi know what's going on at mid. They're looking for the damage. Slow and passive toward the apartments. Deagles can absolutely be damning. And you've got headshot angles out that doorway, but again, the pit position's so difficult to deal with already, and Jax is not only burrowed there, but has Hunter that will be able to support the crossfire if they try and walk through. So back toward B, we just keep an eye on the fact that Alexi B is there to swing off of the bait from Monacy. He would shake the first shot, and Alexi would able to swing with the rifle, in this case, the FAMAS if required. They seem to think this is going to be over more toward the piece of that nade. No armor. Wow. Boomich down to 12 already. Thankfully backs away. They're going to retake Banana on that alone.
Yeah, information gained. It's still against pistols, so it's not the biggest advantage provided over to G2. They already had a massive one, but at least now they know what's coming on top of everything else. Towards the wrap side we go. It's going to be Monacy in spawn with the op to check the cross. Not able to grab the first. Wants the second. He legs him. Alexi B now activated. And he's gonna have a couple of free kills. HP is so low for NaVi, and this round is just gonna drift away, as it was meant to from the G2 perspective. Good kill onto Monacy, but I don't think that opens anything meaningful up. They could get a plant towards the A bomb site if Perfecto can find this kill, and he does. And maybe now it gets interesting.
It's gonna be a race. Hunter's already going that direction. They're uncertain. He steps back. That might let Perfecto cross, but no utility to do so. You're right, it's only 3 seconds. He can't get the bomb down. It is over. They'll at least collect weapons on the back of that. Monacy manages very well in that situation. He even switched to the pistol, composed and ready, knowing that, yeah, I got a leg shot. I'm expecting to be repeaked on this, and Simple walks right into it and gets dropped by the USP. And it's now 2 rounds to go for G2, and they'll have the first map in this best of 3. We have another one today as well. Do not forget FaZe. How about the story of them this event? Rob can't join them. Doesn't even get here in time to get his photo on the board yesterday. Shows up after testing negative for COVID-19. JKS thinks, well, all right, thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm going home. Rain, he gets COVID, and now JKS is back on the stage. They managed to take down Gambit yesterday. Yeah. That's incredible. And now they play up against Heroic, who's been red hot as well. It's going to be an absolute brawl. That's immediately after this game, so you don't want to miss that either.
Yeah, a lot of diversity in their run through IEM Katowice as well so far. And we get to see Heroic on the stage in the Spodek as well. A team looking very, very dangerous, perhaps the most dangerous they've looked in the past year. But for now, G2, 7-round lead over NaVi as Inferno looks to be coming to a close. NaVi trying to extend this, trying to buy more time in this map. And Simple's got the op in hand.
Perfecto gets forward on barrels. He doesn't want to actually jump up on top of the plywood to see if he can get a headshot angle back toward wall. It's not worth the risk as NiKo continues to watch. Oh, he sprayed through. I know it's an M4A1S. It's not going to do tremendous damage, but it would certainly aid their defense, given that it is M4s for headshots potentially after that, as well as utility that could be lobbed down there, but elects not to fire into it.
G2 wants to go for a retake, it looks like, setting up for the flashbang. Here it comes. NiKo's gonna swing first. Anti-flash, good shot from Simple. The timing on it's perfect. The shot, Modesty can't get away. They're too dedicated to the retake. And NaVi, you've got to know what a massive advantage you have at this B bomb site. Ignore that smoke. Boomich coming through, and he's got Alexi. Site cracked open, and 8th round is on the cards. Unless Hunter can do something special, but he's backing away already.
Yeah, that's just desperation from Hunter. That's just trying to find one where you can, and none other than Simple to fall, but they'll easily grab his gun off the floor. That was a preemptive shot inside of that flashbang. NiKo went around the corner. Simple was blind, and he fires directly into it. The timing works in his favor, and we are back with NaVi in the second half. Having won the opening 2 rounds, they concede 4, but this will give them their 8th overall.
Good round from NaVi, just negating the push. Let's see how blind Simple was. We saw the graphic. Ooh, yeah, he eats it. Eats the flash and still finds the kill. And Boomich knows after this, it's time to go forward. No reason to slow things down. You've gotten 2. More than likely just 1 player left. And he doesn't give G2 any breathing space to get back into the round. 6 rounds back now for NaVi's offense.
So unsurprisingly, that op comes back over. And what a time for NaVi to win this round, because it puts them back in the situation where they can comfortably try and play back into this and not have to worry about economy going against them straight away and not give up potentially overtime point. I say potentially because let's go back to round 3 of this half, and obviously they walked into a stack. Anything can happen in Counter-Strike.
3rd timeout taken from G2, and at the moment the conversation has got to be exactly what you just said it was. About economy, about making sure that they're going to be able to sustain and have enough money left in the bank to play out the rest of this half. Do you want to invest more cash here and drop some weapons over and fight again, or do you want to play it safe with the round lead that you already have for the moment? An interesting choice. And they're going to go for it. M4 is dropped over. A lot of cash being dropped for G2. This could be exactly what NaVi wanted to close the gap in this scoreline.
Hunter already holding mid, flashed early. Honesty and Jax didn't want to take the risk of crossing middle with a late spawn. They rotate around instead through the A site. It's Bit the boy that's inside of the apartments. Keep an eye on Bit this game, excuse me. He's up to 11 and 13, but it's still Simple that shines above all else. He sits at 20 and 13.
Ooh, creative little delayed boost there is going to force Boomich into a passive angle. NaVi doing their best to force back these initial aggressive stances we've seen from G2's defense. Doubled up in halls and balcony. Electronic being aggressive. Oh, and Bit actually just heard 2 players drop into the pit. That's going to be called over. So information at least gained for NaVi. They're starting to formulate a picture of what this defense looks like. And now the question is, what kind of a call is Boomich going to come up with? Double pit is what they know they're going against.
So they put the wall of smokes. They actually just want to isolate them entirely. One as well on the balcony. That's going to give them no vision, but they still have to get inside of the site. And Hunter's the 3rd in this picture. NiKo, the 4th. This is not clear cut. This is still dangerous. This is NaVi again going toward a stack, and it's been completely removed. Absolutely obliterated. It is now overtime and match point for G2.
Oh, my heart bleeds for NaVi. That collapsed so quick. What a recovery. G2 under a lot of pressure, but they do get that 4th player. They do get NiKo back. An early rotation, perhaps due to the pistol on Modesty. They bring him over, couple of kills through smokes, and it all comes crumbling down for NaVi. And they're staring in the face of 7 map points on Inferno, the opening map of the first semifinals today here at IEM Katowice. Final timeout for NaVi, and you can understand why. They need to find a winning solution, and they need it right now.
Remember as well, Boomich had to play from the hotel room at the start of this event also, just as Rain did for the final game of the group stage. Well, he's certainly faced a lot so far to get here. Yeah, NiKo, that's just a clean spray. You called it. They heard the 2 players dropping down, but they didn't have any other information, and it was similar to the previous stack that they walked into. They didn't consider other opportunities, and even in the first half, again, these late rotations that they're just slightly behind. They're not looking at the full picture, I feel like.
And I don't think they had the flashbangs necessary to really negate all those crossfires and all those positions. NiKo obviously swinging from library, full vision. Banana control coming out for NaVi, but it's desperate. Look at the nades they've got. We're going to have to see some of the power, some of the individual prowess from these NaVi players shine here in this round. They don't have all the utility for map control. They don't have all the smokes they need to throw fakes. to apply pressure wide across the map. No way to spread this defense.
Simple holding the angle. NiKo the man on the other side of it. He has the M4 to try and take that battle. Utility could certainly force Simple off the angle. A smoke has done exactly that, so he'll reposition. In fact, gets inside of the boiler instead. Close range AWP. Simple's no stranger to it.
One flash, one smoke for NaVi for the rest of the round.
And again, it's 4 players on this side. 1 for 1 so far. Alexi left alone, but it's m0NESY that steps back out. Bit get Hunter. He's found a third in this round as well. Simple finally gets NiKo down, but he's aware he has bomb, and he's gonna go. He's gonna go toward the site because Bit's already cleared it, so they have the advantage as Alexi has to rotate.
What a great double kill from Bit. So many bodies being thrown up mid. He knows he's got to jump out halls and give his teams the opening. Him and Simple against Alexi, 2-on-1 in a desperate round for NaVi. Alexi might just back away. He might just decide to preserve money. What a low percentage retake that would have been. A low percentage clutch attempt. So NaVi have cracked into the bomb site, but G2 still plenty of rounds to play with. Still 6 more rounds to find the victory on Inferno.
So they'll keep this one alive a little longer. Simple's op stays very much alive. As he and Bit surviving the round will carry over a bit more weaponry, and once again we will be faced with match point, but it's still not perfect on the NaVi side. It's still not a massive amount of wealth, so they'll have to distribute that. m0NESY again, stepping up to find 3 kills in that round before getting removed. Nearly made that winnable, and he now tops the charts. Again, though, look at the kill distribution on G2. It's so close. This is such a team game from them right now.
Look at it. It hasn't been perfect from NaVi. You're exactly right, but one of the things they established last year in their dominant run to take over, to take the Counter-Strike world by storm, establish themselves as the team to beat, has been their ability to win series when they are not playing their best. Trying to fight themselves back into not only this map, but into the next map, into the next series.
Incredibly, you think yesterday, m0NESY basically bought G2 time at the start of their game, and then all of a sudden they came alive. It's very much the same. Simple is doing that right now. If NaVi can just get that last little bit, like you say, those glue players, and they definitely can, I mean, overtime's not out of the picture here, even with a team like NaVi in the server. Electronic's already got mid-wall. He's been quiet so far with his AK. See if he can open this round as we go back to more of a standard default from NaVi's position. Flash peek, Perfecto, spotting 1, damage done to Alexi.
Oh, this position is so powerful. Electronic is just hoping someone's gonna come jiggle peek the corner, swing out it from Hunter's position to find information. Not happening just yet. He's got a minute. He can chill. NaVi just with control of top mid, with control of Banana as well. Alexi, pop flash from NiKo, and he's gonna find a frag. That activates Electronic. Hunter never knew he was that close. And now into the bomb site, Electronic has a very, very wide angle to see where the rest of the opposition is.
He's gonna hold for rotations because they've already pre-smoked him off. He didn't get the information as to the fact that there's 2 still in the site, but m0NESY found by Perfecto, and Jax down below, burrowed in where he's been so many times, and Bit having none of it. He'll take back the pit position. We've got a 10th round for NaVi.
This time they don't fall prey to any traps. Remember, they lost that deal around that 4-man stack at the B bomb site earlier in this half. The 3rd round in heartbreaking fashion. They would like to have that one back now. But all eyes forward, 10-5 and 5 rounds remaining for NaVi. 5 more chances for G2 to avoid overtime.
And how much have we missed that, Jason? A little bit of fun for the people, a big game of tug of war in the chants.
Dueling chants.
But the crowd in general, so good to have it back, but yeah, this game down to the wire, and I think not quite as back and forth as those chants so far, but NaVi definitely not giving up easy, not rolling over on this. Remember, they were down 8-2 early on in the first. In fact, more than that. It was 10-2 at one point in favor of G2, and they're still here. They fought it back to a 5-round difference. They've definitely pulled this back in their favor since then. It's just that they're so close to the end. They have to be absolutely spot on for this. Ooh, that's a massive reflash. I thought NiKo was actually going to give Alexi a chance, but he was still blind, and around goes Electronic.
Here we go, NiKo's close up. Oh, and he's almost got the double. Electronic, that's an important trade. Huge trade. And NaVi doesn't have the bodies here or the HP to kind of press the issue on the advantages they've gained. You're right, NaVi has closed the gap, but they have yet to find that round win that really makes this feel doable, that really makes it feel like the comeback is underway. m0NESY's rotated over with the op. NaVi has just paused across the map. Bit still looking in alt mid for any kind of a push in halls, any kind of a push down mid. That's not coming from G2.
Jack's even trying to pop flash at this point toward the arch just to give the illusion that there's potentially more going on the A site, and he even swings to check it. Hunter, uncertain, will play rotations.
That's a tough call. Hunter's essentially got to gamble. There's been so much quiet on the map. NaVi hitting the pause button has just messed with all the timings in the heads of G2. Leave your star Opera at the B bomb site. Let's see if he can stand up to the task.
Sits behind the fountain, can't land the first. Missed shot, tries to go out for more, and he's burned alive. Electronic takes him down. m0NESY not up to it this time. It's gonna be Hunter back through the smoke, and he's gonna back away. The fact that he's that far away on rotation, no chance on it. No need to overcommit the cash and the cavalry. And G2 will concede now the 11th to NaVi.
It's a good decision, though. Save the money, save the weapons you have. Don't have to rebuy them. Those two players can refresh their grenades in the next round. How much does NaVi want to hunt? They have some money in the bank. They can throw a couple rifles at this problem. At this point for NaVi, if you can take these guns away, do not underestimate how much impact that can have. Electronics had a great round so far. He has a double kill, triple kill, excuse me, and he doesn't find Jax. A little bit of an off angle, but Simple's following things up. And now I think it gets a little bit tense for NaVi, throwing more AKs at the hunt.
Yeah, they're still not perfect in their economy either, despite this will now be their third round in a row. It's all come to bomb plants, and they've only survived with one or two. I'll go back and actually confirm that.
Ooh, good find at the end for Simple. That's massive. That might prevent a rebuy in this round for G2, because NiKo's got cash, but losing that M4 might be the one that seals it. That forces G2 to stay on pistols, and every time there's a weak economy for G2, every round where they have to be relegated to pistols and maybe just one rifle is an easier opportunity for NaVi to close the gap. 11-15, 4 rounds away now. This time with a bit of pace and a bit of aggression as they activate Electronic.
Yeah, it was well done as well. The strike back on NiKo, nearly doubling up on that with the lineup, and m0NESY couldn't hit it. It was 4 players that survived on round 25, so they are starting to build up a bit of a surplus. It really doesn't matter at this point in time. If they win rounds, it's just about keeping a few guns in play and they'll be fine. Lose a round, I think that speaks for itself, doesn't it, Jason?
It sure does.
15 for G2. NiKo looking to try and flash Hunter into position. Timing of it's going to be so crucial, though, as it's a boost above, and they're waiting on the off chance to swing. Hunter with his aim set, crosshair placed, but placed off as Boomich ducks underneath of it. Limbo, how low can you go? How low, Hunter? Boomich delivers important kill for him. He's been slow to get into this as well. Now his 13th as NiKo with the deagle tries to do what he can defensively. They'll rotate over Alexi B. He gets behind the smoke. NiKo only good for one. Perfecto responds, and they know Alexi's there. Does Perfecto get him? Oh, he's done a massive amount of damage, hasn't he?
Bit on this lurk. He's going to back away. Now the priority for NaVi is don't lose any of these guns over. Don't give an AK over to your opposition. Alexi comes through the smoke and gets picked off, and the weapons for NaVi are going to consolidate at the B bomb site and keep each other safe. It's going to be a plant. It's going to be a 12th round. Jackson, m0NESY, not a whole lot that they can find. Imagine Boomich slow to get into it. Everyone from NaVi slow to get into it, but they're starting to build. Now it's starting to feel a little bit more powerful. Just 3 rounds away. Round by round, NaVi has clawed back into this, and they're within striking distance of overtime. They can feel it. And you better believe G2 can feel it now as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. They would have thought they were in a very comfortable position. Suddenly, this is a much different beast. And a very different team that they are facing. You mentioned it, one player can buy so much space when you've got this much star power on a team, and we're starting to see the frags add up. Bits up to 14. Perfecto, the same. Boomich, 13, 12 for Electronic. They're all getting closer and closer to that scoreline and doing it together, and that's when NaVi's deadly.
Great opening provided by Boomich. We've touched on it a number of times how important they are. They've dictated a lot in this game. Timeouts running low for both teams. Final one used by G2 right at the end of freeze time. One last conversation with Dominic, the stand-in coach. One last chance to adapt and adjust with his input to try and get them over the finish line. They've gotten all the way there, but this final one is the toughest.
Consider the achievements and accomplishments of NaVi last year, taking a grand slam during the online era, winning a major as well in Stockholm.
Just about everything there was to win.
Absolutely, but now they want more because they are back to lands. They want to prove this in front of the audience. They want absolutely no doubt or uncertainty that they are on the brink of an era. So you make damn sure this game matters. Circumstance aside, they're going to give it everything they have. As Molotovs to top mid. No one actually inside of Banana this time. Excuse me, I say mid, but Banana. As that has been a contentious battle for both teams, it's instead just utility trying to hollow out the hallway early on in the round. As NiKo getting a little bit more aggressive, will move up to the sandbags. Meanwhile, Electronic is at the top side of mid for NaVi.
Ooh, Monacy. Around the corner, he's getting aggressive. Oh, flashed off, good flick over. Jax has protected him from behind. He's got another. Wheeling back into the bomb site, and that's the knockout punch. 5-on-2, and Alexi's covering the flank. Oh, there is no joy in this round for NaVi.
Still in this, though, you've got Perfecto's AK and Simple's AWP. What a time for Monacy to strike with a double like that. Bomb down inside of the pit. This is almost impossible for NaVi. Alexi B, you said it. He's got the flank. He's rotating around on this. In fact, he can clear from the apartments as he goes up toward alt middle. They try and boost Simple. No shot success on the first attempt toward the pit. He'll head toward the lane. Tough position. Hunter gets above. It's all onto him. A 1-on-5, and he's not going to get the first. Jax closes it out. Monacy starts it. Jax closes it, and it's 1-0. G2 in the series.
Just so many rounds for G2 to play with in that second half. You got to give credit to the phenomenal calling, the phenomenal game plan on the offensive side of Inferno. Gave G2 such a lead to toy with for the rest of the game. They're going to take the first map, their map pick,